Hello there, this is Crystal Williamson, and we're here with Small Changes Are Huge. Small changes are huge. I'm Crystal Williamson. I'm glad to see you. Oh, yep, that's me, and that's the Mona Lisa. We're both glad that you're here for Small Changes Are Huge. If you're interested in seeing more coaching, this is free. And if you're seeing more coaching and on the topic of small changes are huge, if you look right in the comments below, I'll have the area, my Facebook fan page, my Facebook business page, where you can go and see more tidbits from me and learn a little bit more. Every other week, what I do is I do a little coaching. And I encourage people to ask questions. And I encourage people to be here live. Some people can be here live, some people not. Some people like to be shy. There's already a few viewers, but no one is in the area, because we're in Google Hangout, no one is in the area below to actually ask a question live. So I want to start by just showing you just one thing with let me just see if my PowerPoint comes up. It's not coming up for some reason. Okay, so let me just close this. Let me cancel. But I want to, I will have, if it doesn't come up at all, I will at least do the PowerPoint. I'll put like a link in the YouTube page. But I like to show everybody the pictures of what I'm talking about. But so today is November 19th, 2014, and today is we're going to be talking about, let me see if I can do this. Stop screen sharing. Let me see if I can get this to come up. There it goes. Okay, great. I just wanted to be able to everybody to see this. Small changes are huge. And like I said, today is November 19th, 2014. Boy, was it cold. I live in New York City. Wow, was it freezing. In fact, between yesterday and today, we're the highest, it was a record for the coldest temperatures nationwide that we've had in over 30 years. So I'm so glad everyone is here and I'm warm and safe, and I don't know about you, but this is the group Small Changes Are Huge, where what we're going to do is we take one small step every day and watch what happens. Just one small step. Again, today is Wednesday, November 19th, 2014. If you haven't done a step, you're looking at this whatever date. It's in the evening. It's a little after 8 p.m. Eastern time. Guess what? You still have more time in the day to make one small change, and you just continue on that pattern, because if you take one small action every day, you'll see that your life will be in a different place after 1 week, after 1 week, after 1 month, that's 30 days, after 60 days, after 90 days. It's going to be huge, guys. It really will be huge. So I just want everyone to see that. Again, I'm Crystal Williamson, Reiki Master. I'm also a business coach for people who are interested in adding speaking and speaking for events, for webinars. But I also mentor people, particularly women, who are starting their business. They were in a corporate 9-to-5 job and now they want to transition out, or they're starting out. I just got a client who's retired, who is not sure what to do with her life. She's been in her business for 25 years. She retired, but she doesn't want to do that anymore. She wants to do something else. And what is that something else? I understand. And we explore that together. Again, Crystal Williamson. And today, you guys know how I am about quotes. And yes, we're going to talk about another quote today, and that'll be the crux of what we're going to speak about. And I recently bought a book from a friend of mine, and he's a Facebook friend. His group is Facebook, but I actually have met him. So he's a Facebook friend. I follow him on Twitter. And he wrote this book called Recovery 2.0, Move Beyond Addiction and Upgrade Your Life. So now that you're clean and serene, now that you're clean and sober, what's next? And one of the quotes from this book that he wrote would just really floored me. A lot of the stuff in the book really was amazing, but this was really amazing. Just the flip side of discipline is joy. And when I was thinking about this, the flip side of discipline is joy. I was thinking, you know, what is everyone thinking about? You know, the flip side of discipline is joy. Seriously, that cannot be true. That just cannot be true. Because when I think of the word discipline, and this is one of those words I had to look up in the dictionary, not that I don't know what it means, but this is for me, when I hear a word like the word discipline and I can't define it without actually using a form of the word, then I know I really should look it up. So it has more than just that one meaning I'm thinking about. So yes, discipline can be order. It can be being strict. It can be being punished. See, that's the first thing that I think about. You discipline your children. So I think about punishment. And discipline to me is punishment. It sounds like no fun at all. I'm a very creative person. So how can I have joy after I've gone through discipline? That, you know, maybe when I've thrown discipline away, that's possible, but not beforehand. That just can't be true. And what's interesting, I did want to just show you, guys, I'm not all about the PowerPoint, you know how I am, but what I do want everyone to see, let me just see, present to everyone. So good, I'm glad everyone is seeing that particular PowerPoint. This is the way my life can be. And you know, we can have children that don't behave as well as we'd like, or I do want to lose weight, so I go through running, and then I go through the training, or I just want to hang out with friends and do something fun like mountain climbing, or just something fun, skiing, or even just playing pool or playing cards. I'm just doing something, and I have this task, and it's arduous. Here's me, and yep, my hair was kind of like that, although my hair is a little darker than this little girl. But we want to go through. We don't want to see. I think this is the big thing. We want to say, I have two lovely children. We don't want to say, this is what my children look like at times when I come home from work. We don't want to go through the money and the practice of jogging or playing sports or mountain climbing, or I don't want to go through that. Do I want to pay tuition and go through all the hours and late nights and early mornings, bleary eyes, and taking tests to continue in my schooling? We want to really bypass all of that and just go to this place that it's like, wow, you've won, congratulations, woo. And you know, it's funny, I love this picture. It's funny, when I was looking at this PowerPoint, if everybody sees this picture of the mother just kissing the child to sleep, I found, I can't even tell you, I think it was over 40,000 pictures of mothers with children, like, you know, loving them, coddling them, hugging them. But I think I only found several hundred of children not behaving. Yeah, every child was crying or screaming, which I think is very interesting, but it's just amazing that even for picture thing, I could only find several, a couple of, like less than 1,000 particularly. I'm sure there's tens of thousands in other places, but I found hundreds of thousands of pictures of parents. I think parents are just trying, and step-parents are really trying to, parents, step-parents, grandparents, anyone who's the guardian of a child. I think we're just trying to make sure that our children, we want the world to see our children always much better, well behaved than anything else. And I can agree with that. I can agree. So, you know, we want to go right from the, we want to bypass a lot of this stuff that we need to do to get my degree. I want to be able to run a marathon, but do I really want to run 26 miles? I just want to be able to kind of run through the finish line. Yay, I won. And, and I mean, I love yoga. And you guys, I know some people know the story. Let me just tell it real quick, 90-second story, that I had been overweight off and on times in my life, and I was just really tired of it. It was more than weight. I knew that it was about just being healthy. And as soon as I started being healthy, and as soon as I started, I love yoga, as soon as I started doing yoga more than just the one time I went a week, YouTube is amazing because you can find yoga whenever. As soon as I started doing that, and Ka-ching, guys, I got another thing. I think the last time I spoke about this, I said I lost 36 pounds. Well, I weighed myself last week. It's 39 now. So 39 pounds I've lost since I started on this regimen and a healthy lifestyle. Now, granted, they had cookies at the job where I am, and you know I had some. I'm sorry, they had sweet potato pie, and you know I had some. I had to have some. I had to test it. So I do go through a lot of that. I mean, I want a svelte body and I want to look good, but I don't want to work out. So how can we get discipline from joy? Just like Tommy Rosen said, my friend Tommy Rosen, the flip side of discipline is joy, just like he says in his book. So what can I do? So it's a really great, that there's a lot of powerful things when you come from a place of curiosity, like, what can I do? So, you know, my friends out there who know about chapters that are just exclusively talked about called What Can I Do? There's so much, there's of course more than that. It's just very interesting because this is, when I read this quote, I said, well, what do I do? Because I've been getting through as opposed to getting over it, under it, making an excuse, paying somebody to do it. What have I been doing to get through? Because for the past 3 years or so, it's been pretty much late 2011, so it's really 3 years, that I've been pushing myself and doing a lot more discipline. Within the past year, it's been about 14 months now. This is when I've been on the health kick. Before that, I was on the spiritual push, and now I'm on the spiritual and the health push. So how did I get through that discipline? And this is how I did it, and this worked for me, and this is what I find helps with a lot of clients. So let me just, again, I'm just going to share my PowerPoint, and here, this is what I did. So discipline, how the hell can discipline equal joy? And this is what I do. So it's interesting because when I talk about it, discipline and joy. So what I do, every time I have a big goal, and every time I have this big goal, when I get to a certain point, whether it's every week on a Thursday, or after I've lost 3 pounds, or after I've gone to 2 yoga classes, or if I've run 2 miles finally, I have like a little milestone party. So what's a milestone party for me? Even with food, yes, what I've done is that I have said to myself, well, you know, what can I do? And what can I do? And I don't really have a full-blown party, but I have like a little something for myself. You know, I might have a little extra, maybe a little bit extra dessert 1 or 2 days, just 1 day actually. So I have a little extra dessert. I treat myself to something nice. I get a nice manicure. I don't get manicures all the time, and this is just clear, by the way, guys. But I do something that I love to do. I love to cook, so I cook something that I really love to cook because I want to eat it. And you know, maybe it's a little more feminine, girly thing, but you hang out with friends that you like a lot. You have a nice little cocktail with them, or dinner, whatever you want. If you don't drink, that you just have whatever your definition of party is. Every time you achieve that milestone, it's very, very important that you have that little party. It's very important that you do that. And then the next time you have another milestone, you have another little party, and you just keep going. And speaking of hanging out with friends, maybe that's one of your milestone parties. You tell your friends, guess what? I've lost 10 pounds on my way to losing 60 pounds. Hooray! This is water, by the way. So you get to that point, and the wonderful thing is there's a lot of people out there who agree with you, who are on your side. And you hang out with people who are not just people who are positive, and I'm going to say it, not just people who are going to really kiss your ass, but people who are realistic and positive people. Get those people who are down to earth. You know those people. Sometimes you ask those people a question and it's like, oh crap, what is Crystal gonna say? You got to be very, very smart about this. Is the person going to be hurtful, or are they going to be just down to earth about it? So you hang out, you have your little milestone party. Maybe you have it with these people, or you hang out with people who are those realistic people and who are positive. And also do know that if something does happen, that if I do have half of that Entenmann's cake, or you know what, it's like I said, it's 20 degrees. It's 20 degrees outside today. I just can't go running today. Or I'm going to stop smoking and I bummed a cigarette off of somebody. I bummed one cigarette off of somebody. Something like that. Stumbling is okay, but you've got to just keep going and pick yourself up and just keep going. You have to do that. Otherwise, you'll stumble. And then it becomes one of those things like, well, I tried that once. And you know what? That's bull. That's really bull, because stumbling is okay. The last time I checked, I'm a human being, and I'm sure you are too. At least you are. And if you're not a human being, if you would please email me. So have that milestone party, hang out with realistic people and positive realistic people, and just know that once in a while you're going to falter, and just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep on going, and just keep on going. And what's the important thing? So that's what I did, and that's nice, Crystal. And so Crystal, that's what you did, and I agree. It can be a bit much, this milestone party, hang out with those great people and stumbling. But you know what? There's probably something else that you would do. And what do you do? What would you do to change? Because you've gone through whatever discipline that you want. Now, how are you going to get to the flip side of joy? And know that, it's a journey. So always know it's a journey to get where you are. And that's the important part, is that you got to keep going. And do know that it's very unique to who you are. Now, I'm hoping that you don't look like this little guy over here with a little question mark. You might be feeling like this dude, but so just think about what you would do. And what's interesting, because the milestone party is something that I heard one of these people from The Secret talk about, going on ahead and keep going, and stumbling and hanging out with people who are, farther ahead than you. But they said milestones are important. So I always thought, well, how important are they? What do you do beyond that? Well, what the hell? You have a milestone party. So like I said, I think this is a great suggestion. And what you're going to do is just keep going. So stumble, it's going to happen. Have every time, it could be every day you have a milestone party. I have several friends who quit cigarettes, and every day they'd have a little something. They do something even more healthier for themselves. So I didn't have any cigarettes today. What am I going to do? Very important. Very, very important. Again, this is water, guys. This is water. So this is the important thing. So what I'd like from you is, what do you do to get to the point where you keep pushing with that discipline, so you can get to the side of joy? And and this is what you'll find if you keep doing those milestone parties, hang out with realistic people, know that, wow, I stumbled, but I'm going to keep going. Then there's joy while you're in the discipline. Joy is not the end result. So you know what? We're going to go to Maui, Hawaii. And now that we're here, what? So it's kind of like, while you're here in this discipline, there's so much going on. There's so much wonderful stuff. So in discipline, there's joy. Again, milestone parties, hang out with those realistic people, and just, if you do stumble, because you will, you're human. You are human. Just keep going. Stumbling is okay. And I'm extending just one more thing I want to talk about with my quote today. So the flip side of discipline is joy. I want to talk one more thing, but before I do that, I just want everyone to see that I've extended this the um, coaching for so you could still have a free coaching session with me, 35-minute complimentary consultation. If you have one thing you'd like to change about your life and you're really just sick and tired of doing the same damn thing all over again. And if you go to, and again, I'm going to put this in the YouTube in the link below. I'm going to put it in the link below. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to this link, and you could find it on the YouTube page too. I'm going to put it in the YouTube page, but what you're going to do is you're going to click here and you can set up for the complimentary consultation. The only day I'm not working next week is Thanksgiving Day, of course. Can you imagine Thanksgiving is next week? I can't believe it. So, but before the end of the year, let's talk about how you can start making some committed change and start doing that. And or if you're a member of my Facebook business page, just go to the Facebook business page and go to the ClickBook scheduler so you can schedule your appointment. And once you schedule your appointment, and we'll talk about what small thing what thing you want to change. Your thing could be huge. I want to lose 100 pounds. I smoke 2 packs a day. I have undisciplined children. I want to change my career totally. So those are big things. Those are huge, huge things. So that's wonderful. But what you're going to walk away from this complimentary consultation is what one thing you could do today. What one thing you could do the next day, and then you're going to commit to it. So that's what you're going to walk away with the complimentary consultation with me. You're going to express to me what it is you'd like to change, and we're going to ascertain just what is the thing. So you and I have an appointment on Tuesday. What is the thing that you can change? What's one small thing you can change on Tuesday? And then continue. So what one small thing can you change on Wednesday? And what one small thing you can change on Thursday. So we're going to start a roadmap for you for what small changes are huge for you, because they certainly are. So I'm Crystal Williamson. I'm so glad you're here. And what was that one more thing that I want to tell you? I'm just going to go to the screen share again, just so you could get here. And this is the previous trainings that we had earlier, the previous Google Hangouts that we had. We talked about, so what are we deciding on, and what small action are you taking today? Remember, deciding is all about like cutting off all other possibilities. You've decided it. Now that you've decided it, what action are you taking? And now that you've taken the action, that's the blue thing that's here. Now that you've taken the action, so now what? What the hell do I do now if I've taken the action? And we talked about you're going to keep going. And when you keep going, there's going to be doubt that pops up for it. There will be doubt. There will be lots and lots of doubt. Just lots and lots of doubt, because can I do this? Am I taking the right action? What the hell am I here for? That woman on Google Hangout, Crystal, was nuts. But again, if you just keep thinking about, as you get through, just keep going through with that discipline. And remember that the flip side of discipline is joy, from my friend Tommy Rosen. And here's his book, Recovery 2.0. It's on Amazon. I have it on my Kindle. If you like Kindles, great. If not, you have a book where you can do that. And before I talk about what the last thing is, I just have a little something I just want to tell everybody. So like I said, next week is Thanksgiving. Next week is Thanksgiving holiday, and it's the end of the month also. And it will be time for us that it'll be it'll be really a big deal for me, because it'll be my first month, my first 4 coachings that happened. So I did 3 others. This is the 4th one. So when I get to at the end of the year, I'm going to actually remove some of these. So I hope that you've gotten something from these Google Hangouts. And if you want to go to my YouTube page and see all of the others, now the one that with the doubt one, there seems to have been some problems, so I had to upload it manually about 5 days ago. Normally Google Hangout uploads it immediately. In fact, it can be broadcast live. But what happens is I don't know what happened, so I had to upload it manually. I think I know what I might have messed up. But anyway, so just here, if you're in, I see a couple people in the chat room, so go to the go to the Facebook fan page and like the fan page so you get more information. So small changes are huge. And just for everyone to know, so the next Hangout will be in December, and because it's 2 weeks from now, and the next one will be in December, so it'll be Wednesday, December 3rd, again, 8 p.m. Eastern time, unless an emergency happens for me, but I've been pretty good so far. And so if you have any questions about this or anything else that I've done, just Crystal@coachingwithcrystal.com. And remember, Crystal is just like the good China. That's how you spell it, Crystal. I almost said Aura, guys. I remember when I was younger, I would always say Aura. And this is me when I have my hair colored. But anyway, you'll get a little information about me. And remember to take that small action and just continue on the path and take that small action every day. And this is Crystal Williamson, and that's me, and this is the Mona Lisa. And to you, I say good night. Have a great Thanksgiving. And if you're outside of the United States, I'm hoping that you're in the springtime rather than where you're in the winter where we are. So everyone have a good one. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Au revoir.